Hello everyone and welcome back to another race weekend in SRL. Today, Azerbaijan. Looking just a tiny bit cloudy. In quali, but not sure about the actual race. First car is out on mediums for Eoin. So we got the update in the standings. I think Yari had some issues with the website. So driver's standings after 3 races. Face Pantera leading 79 points. Herbie 69 points. Stan third, 54, tied with Gomez at 54 as well. Yari 39, Tom H 38, SF Rock 38 as well. Eoin 26, El Trucker 21, Norjay 20, Perico 12, Arjan 10, Rocky 8, Lenikovsky 5, NLR Immortal 4, Sami 0, Max 0, Lanzi 0, and the rest are reserve drivers. Team standings, Alfa Romeo leading the pack at 105 points. In front of Aston Martin, 92 points. Williams following, 85 points. Mercedes at 82 points. Coming 5th, we've got Alpine at 63 points. McLaren at 38 points. Haas at 32 points. Ferrari 26, Red Bull 20, and AlphaTauri at 0. And let's go through the new overall standings. We got an update. Mercedes leading after 3 rounds at 217 points, followed by Williams 209 points, Aston Martin 202 points, Alfa Romeo 198 points, McLaren 190 points, Alpine 179 points, Haas 149, AlphaTauri 103, Red Bull 101, and Ferrari at 93. So that's it for the overall standings. On board right now with Eoin, first car on track on medium. So times we're expecting. Whoa, cutting the corner right before the castle section. So invalidation for him. Following up next, we got an AlphaTauri, should be Max, coming right up at the end of castle on soft. 18 drivers. So in the last game we could mount that curb, but right now it's way too I think it's way too dangerous to do it. Maybe if you practice it a lot you might gain time, but not sure. It's a lot tougher than in the previous game. So Max coming up at the start finish line, 39.4, solid lap. Expecting times to be in the 38, and like I said, Stan 38.3, solid lap. Tom H invalidate Razi with purple sector 1. Del Gizu on mediums at 39.5, and Gomez 39.6. Right on the wall, just a tiny tap on the wall. Is he gonna mount? Nope. I'm curious to see if anybody gonna mount this curb. Coming up next, we got a McLaren SRL coming at the start-finish line. Let's see his time. And SRL goes second, 39.1. Razzie coming up next, 39.4. Another, I think Max, nope, he's not trying to improve, so let's go on board with Eon. Second lap on his medium tires, followed by a Mercedes. Should be Del Gizu, I think, on mediums as well. And it's a 39.8, and the Merc goes in the pit, and we got a Haas starting his lap, followed by an Alpine, and Yari sets a 39.2 on 2 laps old mediums. Let's go on board with Farico. As his teammate is actually on the straight, finishing his second attempt, hoping for him that he's improving. 40.2. Purple sector 1 for Farico on mediums. Oh, and Norge went in the pit, so McLaren coming up next, beginning their hot lap. So is FaZe, I think. And the Williams behind is gonna get a nice tow on the straight. Is he close enough? I think he is. And Farico sets a 42, exactly the same as his teammate on the mediums. Let's go on board with the Williams that was right behind Herbie. At 38.7 for Herbie. Is he still trying to improve? Actually quite low on ERS, so I don't think he's gonna try to improve. So let's go back to another driver. Tom H. setting a purple sector 2. On softs. McLaren in front, finishing their first hot lap. Sammy coming up. And Sammy sets a 39.2. Followed by FaZe, 38.5. And Tom H coming up next, 39.2. Let's go on board with an LR Mortals. Validates. What about Rocky? Coming up at 40 flat for Rocky. So who's trying to improve? Is NLR trying to a new attempt? I think he is. Right on the line. Herbal, Sector 1 for NLR Mortal. coming up in the castle section. Right on the line. Nicely done. And there's a tire sitting on the curb, on the exit curb. And purple sector 2 as well, looking good for NLR Immortal on his second attempt. Is it? No, first attempt, first attempt. Right up to the wall, and he sets a 38.2 provisional pole for NLR Immortal. Solid lap. Let's go on board with SF Rock. And Max improves 38.8. And his teammate coming next. Gonna try to set a new hot lap. And Delgizu improves. And no validation for SF Rock. Lucky. Delgizu goes 38.8. And what about Eoin? Coming up next. And Eoin goes 38.5. And we got a bunch of drivers coming up. Let's see who's first. And it's Yari, I think. Yari went with it 38.4. And then validation for SF Rock. What about Razi? No improvement for Razi. I don't think anyone is currently doing a lap. Maybe Herbie? On mediums. Oh, and he goes in the pit. Maybe just trying to test his setup on the mediums. Let's go on board with Sammy. Two McLarens trying to set a lap, and the SF Rock goes in the pit lane. And we got Tom H in front. Let's find out if he's improving. Coming up. Sector 2, no improvement for Tom. And nice improvement for Sami. Almost 2 times and he invalidates. What about Rocky? Right behind. And it's going to be the last chance to improve. And it's a purple sector 2 for Rocky. Almost a second up. And Sammy won't have time to come out. And Rocky goes with a 39.1. Big improvement from Rocky. Bunch of drivers are coming out of the pit lane. Last chance to improve. Who's going to be next? I think it's Gomez. Yeah, first one to set a lap. Just a minute and a half to go in quali at Azerbaijan as we get a yellow in the castle section. Maybe just and invalidates Gomez. Is he gonna go for another lap? So who's coming up next? I think it's going to be Sten. And Sten invalidates as well and hits the wall on the way through. So should be an AlphaTauri coming up next. Last chance to improve. Just a bit wide and he spins and his quali is over. And Razi right behind. So careful on the way through at the end of the castle section. Nice improvement from Razi. He's actually a tier 2 driver. Sten goes in the pit, so quali is over and Razi sets a 39.3, but no improvement in places. Should be Eoin, and Eoin validates, so Yari. Razi is yeah, he's tier 3. Yeah, that's right. My bad. So looking good from a tier 3 driver. No improvement. Is he gonna try another one? As we get a Mercedes coming up. Just a small improvement and he goes in the pit. What about Tom? Just a tiny improvement for Tom. And NLR Mortal sets the fastest lap with a 37.9. Only driver in their 37s. And the quali is over. So NLR goes fastest at 37.9, followed by Stand. Coming up next is Yari P3, Eoin P4, Face P5, Gomez P6, Marcel aka Irby P7, Deagizu P8, Max P9, SF Rock P10, 11, Rocky, Tom H P12, Sammy P13, Razi P14, Norjay P15, Farico P16, Lenikovsky no time, P17, L Trucker no time, P18. So it's going to be a last to first challenge for El Trucker and Lenikovsky. Looking good on the weather. Let's go through the pit strategy. Actually, it's kind of split in the strategy. Some go for 2 stops and some goes for 1 stop. So, but at the end, I mean, your tires are absolutely gone, especially the rear tires. Really hard on traction. But yeah, I mean, it's doable. You can do a medium to soft or soft to mediums. Maybe you just have to stretch the stints. Maybe do like a 8 laps on softs and finish the race on mediums. But I guess we'll find out what people are gonna do. Maybe we get a few safety cars because track is actually quite narrow. And Sami is gonna get cold tires at the start, so he's gonna have to be careful, especially in turn 2. Because there's less space. What are your you guys predictions for the end of for the actual race? Who's gonna come on top? NLR is looking strong on the pace, but you have to be careful to not miss your braking point, because if you miss it, you're just gonna bang on the wall and maybe, just maybe, get wing damage, and wing damage is really a thing to worry about on this track. Johnny goes for Stan Yari Immortal on the podiums. I would not be surprised, actually. Keep an eye as well on SF Rock. Can always manage a few places. Gain. Always have good races. And Lenikovsky and El Trucker starting at the back. I'm gonna keep an eye on them as well. As cars are going to their spot on the grid. So Sami is gonna get cold tires. And first red lights. 5 red lights in Baku, and lights are off, and away we go. And nice start from Sten, who gets the inside. And just a bit of contact, and Rocky falls through. Clean race start so far. Now Trucker managed to jump 4 people, and Tom H falls down as well. And Tom H is in the wall as well, and Lenikovsky makes the move on Ferico. Nice jump start from Lenikovsky. What a start. And Gomez as well. Not looking good for both Aston Martin. And Del Gizu makes the move on Herbie and FaZe on Eoin. And Sammy goes for the move. As there is a yellow. And Max right in the gearbox of Herbie and Hesefrock side by side with them, 3 car wide on the straight. Who has top speed? And Herbie goes in the pit. Maybe he has damage. And who's gonna break first? And it's side by side with Max and Hesefrock, and Hesefrock gets the best of it. Lenikovsky not too far behind, followed by his teammate Altrucker. Looking good for both Ferrari drivers. And Ferico and Tom are in the pit. And a bit of a snap from Lenikovsky. Yeah, indeed. What a start for them. Now Chalker right behind his teammate. Does he has the straight line speed? And he goes for it. And NLR sets the fastest lap. And Yauri goes for the move on Stan. And Stan wants to his place back, but Gaps close off and gets the DRS. And Razi right behind Sammy Jensen. Looking good for Razi, Tier 3 driver. And now El Shocker is everywhere behind Max. Just a bit of a snap from Max coming through in the castle section. And Max is just out of the DRS, so no chance for him to defend against both Ferraris. Max is not defending, and there's a yellow. Razi is out of the race, and safety car, or is it VSC? No, it's full course safety car. And a bunch of people are jumping in the pit lane already. And Razzy's out. Don't know what happened. But his race is over. And look at the gap that NLR Immortal had on everybody. Almost at 3 seconds. Are we gonna see soft runners go for a early pit stop and change their strategy? A bunch of people went for fresh mediums, but I don't think you can make it to the end. I mean, this track is way too hard on the rears. So let's find out if front runners goes for the pit. Can they make it to the end on hards? NLR goes for the pit. Yari as well. FaZe as well. Eon and Delgezu following through. And El Trucker stays out. So he's sticking up with his tire strategy, and so does his teammate. So currently leading is El Trucker. So looking good for both Ferraris who started on the last row. Yeah, insane jump. So, oh, FaZe goes for hard, so he's hoping to make it to the end with no other safety car. El Trucker was 17, I think. Oh no, he was last. He was last. My bad. Yeah, he was last. Tom H goes for the R's as well. So trying to make it to the end. Just be careful around here, guys, and leave enough space, because safety car is quite slow in the castle section. Don't want to get a stupid 5-second penalty. So we're just waiting on Tom H to join back. And next lap we should get a race restart. So I think that El Trucker, Lenikovsky, Sammy, Rocky, and Norjay are sticking with their strategy and maybe go for only one pit stop. I mean, this safety car is good for them as well, because they can make the medium stint just a tiny bit longer behind safety car. So it should be good for them, because when they're gonna switch to soft, there's gonna be less lap in the race, so won't have to go that much longer. So can be good. Unless we get another safety car. That would be terrible for them. But let's find out. So race control, safety car in this lap. So El Trucker will lead the pace as we get a McLaren and a Red Bull side by side. Oh, and they get 5 seconds? Sammy gets a 5 second. What? And Rocky, really impatient. Almost side by side with... and Rocky goes in front and Sammy goes in front. So they're both eager for that race restart. El Trucker testing people's patience to the limit. And he goes. And away we go. Once again. And side by side with Lenikovsky is Sammy. Oh, and just a bit of a touch on the wall. And Sammy loses time. And Rocky's right next to him. And so is NLR Mortal. And Sten goes for the move, and Del Gizu falls the way through. And what the heck was that? As we got a Red Bull mounting the Williams. Don't know what was that, but hope they don't have damage. And Del Gizu fell all the way down to P17. NLR Immortal right behind Sammy Janssen. Yeah, that was actually almost like it. And NLR Immortal side by side with Sammy. Who's gonna break first? Oh, just a bit of contact between both drivers. Elbows are out as we get into turn 2. No DRS yet. And FaZe is now behind. Followed by Stan right next to him. And look at this. Side by side. And NLR Immortal makes the move on Sammy. And now Stan is fighting Yari. Still side by side, but Stan gets the best of it. And FaZe actually lost places. Don't know if he made contact with somebody. And both Ferraris are way up ahead. El Trucker almost 2 seconds away from the rest of the grid. And Lenikovsky is almost out of the DRS range of NLR Immortal. Let's go on board with Yari as we get the DRS enabled. And Yari in the slipstream of Stan. And Rocky goes in the pit. Oh, and then Nikovsky's race is over! Oh no! And did Sami get damaged? And now Yari got a 5-second penalty for contact. And safety cars once again out. Don't know what happened, but it looked like Lenikovsky's car didn't ghost and was standing still in the middle of the road. So don't know if that was the reason why Yari got a 5-second time penalty. Yeah, Sami got 2 5-second penalties. That's kind of weird. And Yari got a 5-second as well. And let's find out if people are gonna change their strategy with 17 laps to go. Yeah. Is it? My brain is off today. Well, safety car out once again. And I think El Trucker is spinning. Yep. Is NLR staying out? Yes, he is. And old mediums runner are out, all in the pit. Now Trucker goes for the art as FaZe goes back in the pit. Is he gonna go for mediums? Yes, he does. So he's gonna finish the race on these mediums. 16 laps to go. I think that's a good strategy, but Art is good as well, because they're gonna get more pace towards the end. So NLR Immortal is back to P1, followed by Stan. Back to P2. And SF Rock, like I said, made the jump to P3. Don't know if contact was the reason why Lenikovsky was sideways in the middle of the track. And Yari served his 5-second penalty in the pit. And I think Sami did as well. Oh, and Neon gets a 3-second during safety car. That sucks. Are we gonna get a race restart? Because everybody is right behind the safety car, but there's a Haas falling down the order. Can we get a no? So safety car will stay out for another lap. That sucks. Really messes up with the flow of the race. So NLR Stan SF Rock and Gomez will have to pit one last time. Surely they will go for softs at the end and go just tiny bit aggressive, but can they manage to build a gap between them and the rest who pitted? A trucker might slow the rest of the grid down since he's on hards. But we'll see. So we should see a race restart on this lap. Oh, and Eon is out. What happened? He DNF'd on the track. At least we get safety car in this lap, so... That was weird. So please, no 5-second time penalty, please. Oh, that sucks for you, my friend. And away we go, already! NLR trying to... make a gap, but I don't think it's gonna pay off as Sten is right behind him on the slipstream, and now side by side entering turn 1. SF Rock, Gomez, and now Trucker fighting, and Gomez went through. And now FaZe is right behind El Trucker. Is he gonna go for the move? Side by side, no, goes back. Now they're both side by side. And FaZe goes through. And now Max fighting with El Trucker. Both drivers leaving space. And who's gonna break first? As El Trucker has the inside, but Max gets the elbows out and goes for the move, and now Trucker goes in the wall at the castle section. And those hards are really hard to build up a temperature. And now El Trucker is all the way down to 15. Sammy with the 3-second penalty, and FaZe right behind Gomez. And Gomez defending, using just a bit of ERS. Is it going to be enough? And Yari goes in the pit once again. Did he get damage from El Trucker? I hope he did not get damage from El Trucker's mistake. Now FaZe goes for the move on Gomez. Halfway through the race. Now Herbie is looking to gain position on Rocky. And Herbie sets up an attack on Rocky. Side by side, no DRS though. But he's gonna get slipstream from Perico. And Rocky goes in the pit. So Herbie is in front of Perico. And look at the gap between Sammy and Marcel. But Sammy is gonna have to pit once more. Let's go back in front. 4 cars fighting for P1. Stan is almost out of NLR's DRS. And now FaZe is right behind SF Rock. And he won't get DRS to defend. And looks like FaZe has a great exit. And they're almost side by side already. FaZe goes for right behind for just a little boost and makes his move. And so does Max on Gomez, looking good for AlphaTauri driver. And Sammy now jumps Gomez, trying to make early moves on these softs as they will slow down. In maybe like 2 laps or so. And now Stan is right behind NLR Immortal. Nice fight going on from P1 to P4. Can Max catch the group whilst they're fighting? And I don't know if SF Rock made a mistake, but he fell out of DRS. Out of FaZe DRS. Can Max make it? I don't think he will for on this straight, but maybe next one. And look at FaZe flying, and Sten goes for the pit. Already? I'm surprised actually. Sten goes for another pair of mediums. I would have thought he he was going for mediums to soft, but well, I guess we'll see. And Yari sets the fastest lap on mediums, 41.6. And now FaZe is right behind NLR Immortal. FaZe won't have to stop, but NLR will. Oh, just a bit of contact on the wall. I hope he doesn't have damage, but lost time. End plates looks good. Maybe a lime green front wing. But he's gonna get DRS anyway. Will he make the move before turn 1? No. Slows down. Chooses to stay behind and maybe sets up an attack on next straight. And Stan goes for the move on Norjay. And now FaZe is right behind NLR Immortal, but won't make the move. And now Herbie is launching an attack on Gomez. And side by side, and Sammy hits the wall. And now they're both side by side. Almost made contact. Still side by side. Ooh, really squeezes him. And now Gomez might have a look on the inside. And Gomez gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting that corner. Marcel makes the move on Gomez and Sammy, and Gomez makes the move as well on Sammy, but now Del Gizu is right behind. Like I said, softs are slowing down. And will FaZe make the move now? Does not look like it. I think he's staying behind to recharge his battery. And now Del Gizu. Oh, Sammy went in the pit. And Stan goes for the move on Tom H. And contact behind between Tom and Farico. And now Farico is right behind Tom. And now they're both side by side. Drag race. Who's gonna break first? And Farico gets the inside and misses the apex. And Norjay slips through. Lots of battle going on. And look at FaZe pushing NLR Immortal through every corners. Ooh. And strategic move from NLR Immortal, letting FaZe through so he gets DRS. And now he gets DRS. Drag race to turn 1. And NLR Immortal makes the move again. Takes his place back. And now Del Gizu with Gomez. And Federico on his teammate. Low ERS. And yes, he does. Getting closer and closer, and Tom goes for the pit. Will FaZe stay behind? Yes, he does. And look at Max catching up to both the drivers in front. But now FaZe gets DRS and has almost 80% ERS, so looking good for him. NLR not fighting too much, knowing that FaZe will go through anyway. And Gomez goes in the pit. Don't know why, only 6 laps remaining. Maybe he had the issues with his tires. So FaZe choice to switch from hard to mediums on the second safety car paid off right now. He's almost out of NLR's reach with 6 laps to go. Ooh! And NLR lost his entire front wing in the castle section! And we get VSC! Oh, that sucks for him. Caught that right on stream. Well, at least he's not losing that much time on people behind due to the VSC, but he's gonna have to go in the pit for repair and go for soft. He actually missed his braking point in coming in the castle section and just rammed the wall. And he's gonna go for a wing change, and now FaZe is in the lead, cruising away. And Max lost a lot of time due to NLR's mistake in the castle section. And Herbie goes for the pit stop as well on VSC. So, double stack for Williams. And they're gonna lose so much time. Oh, and Herbie had a 5-second time penalty, and he got it removed. And we're racing again. So both Williams will have to go and hunt down people on the 5 laps remaining in this race. They will have a lot of work to do. Everybody's pretty much spread out, so that will be tough. And Haas strong. Let's see. Place gain. And so FaZe jump 4 people. As we see a attacking SF Rock, followed by NLR Immortal right behind on fresh softs. And now team orders from Mercedes, and Norje falls through. Does he has damage? And he goes for the pit. What happened? But Max gained 7th position, Ferico 11, so looking good for Ferico. And look at NLR Immortal, and SF Rock has a move on the inside, but now NLR saw that gap and went for it. And now, side by side with the Os. And made the move. Nicely done. Coming through castle section. We'll have to be careful. And just a tiny lockup right there. And on the line. And back to P5. And now he's gonna have like 4 laps to close that gap. And now SF Rock goes for the move. Another lockup for NLR. And Max working really hard to catch up phase. And Mercedes are looking strong. As Herbie sets up the fastest lap on fresh shops, 40.1. Another lockup for NLR Immortal. As he's pushing really hard to catch up Del Gizu and the Mercs in front. 3 laps to go to do so. Don't think he will have enough time. We'll keep an eye on that. And now Herbie looking just a bit impatient behind Rocky. He knows he has to make the move early so he can have a chance to maybe get into the first 10. But he's going to be getting DRS on this straight. So should be an easy move. Right in Rocky's gearbox. Rocky not even looking to defend. He knows he's gonna go through. Makes the move, and now Gomez makes the move on Ferico. And Max is back to a 3.7 gap between him and Faye, so we lost time. He actually lost time. Don't know if he made just a tiny mistake, but that cost him a lot. Down to 8.7 seconds for Del Gizu in front of NLR Immortal, so catching up, but won't have time, I think. Can maybe Stan catch up to Max? I think he will. I think he will. He's almost in DRS. He's almost in DRS. Is he gonna get it on this straight? I think he will. Because I think we just went past DRS detection point, so maybe we'll get it. Yes, he does. Nicely done for Stan. No ERS left almost. And now Yari's catching up to Federico. And DRS, is he gonna make the move now? Is he waiting? Yes, he is. Penultimate lap. Oh, and he made just a tiny mistake, Max. And Stan went for it. Now Norjay goes through Tom. And let's go to Jari fighting with Federico on all the hards. And now Herbie looking to make it in the DRS of Jari, and he does. And look at Stan, already 1.5 seconds in front, as El Trucker sets up the fastest lap at the 39.8. Looking good for Mercedes driver today at Baku. And Herbie is right behind Jari. And Jari is pushing the ass. As we enter the last lap of this race. %10 ERS for Jari. What about Herbie? 20%. And now they both go for the move. Is Herbie gonna outbrake Jari into turn 1? Last chance. And Jari outbrakes Herbie, but Jari goes just a bit wide. And Herbie goes through. Can Jari make a move? Not now. He's gonna wait as we get a Ferrari struggling all the way back. I think he has no wings. Now Herbie pushing real hard to get out of Jari's DRS. And Sammy DNFs. Oh, he lost his front wing. And he DNF'd in the middle of the track. And now Federico looking to maybe get DRS on this last chance to maybe steal Jari's place. Down to 6 tenths. Is it going to be enough? That will be real close. And I don't think that will be enough. As FaZe goes to P1, followed by Stan. Max comes out in P3, solid lap, a solid race from AlphaTauri driver. Delgizu 4th, NLR Immortal 5th. SF Rock 6th, Marcel P7, Gomez P8. Max is my driver of the day as well. Solid race. Solid race. And GG to FaZe for that nice move to switch from hards to medium. That made this race actually. So final results. We've got FaZe P1. Stan coming up P2. Max P3. Finishing the podium. Delgizu P4. NLR Mortal P5. SF Rock P6. Marcel P7. Gomez P8. Yari coming up P9. Ferico P10. Rocky P11. Norjay P12. Tom H P13. El Trucker P14. Sammy, last one to make a point. And I think, yeah, Sammy DNF'd. Did he DNF'd or? Yeah, I think he DNF'd. Eon DNF'd as well, P16. Nenikovsky P17. And Razi P18. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this race. It was actually quite fun. And we'll see you next weekend. Bye, everyone.